Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. 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 Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy TxxDxXThxGnius. You know what it is. So today's topic is the most controversial topic in hip-hop history. Yeah, man, the big three. How to make it in the big three. What makes the big three the big three, right? If you a hip-hop student, you know that every 5 years or 3 years, there's always those three artists that take over, right? That take over the hip-hop industry. They're the most talked about, the ones that get endorsements, the ones that we all want to hear their albums when they drop. So like, I'm gonna break it down. I think I might have a part 2 for this one, because like, I don't think I can, talk about it for, I could talk about this for a whole day. We could talk about this topic until Jesus comes back, bro, because it's way too big, like how to make it in the big three. What makes the big three the big three? So like, if I'm gonna start it off, I'm gonna be like, if you realize, like, if you're a hip-hop student, you know that the most talked about three hip-hop artists that are most talked about, let me start it here. The most talked about hip-hop artists in history, when we, like, let me start it from the 90s and stuff. We always talk about the big three: Tupac, Biggie, Nas, right? The other big three that comes after is Eminem, Jay-Z, DMX. When you come after that, we might say it was Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, who we talk about in the present moment, right? In the 2004s, 2020, those are the big three that are the most talked about, right? When you come to South Africa, or after that, you could say, before Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake, you could say it was Kanye West, Lil Wayne, T.I., right? 50 Cent, right? Sometimes it moves around. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's debatable, right? So when you come to South Africa, it's always Casper, aka K.O. If you put the 4th, you could say Questa, right? Right now, you could say it's A-Reese, Nasty C, MT. If you add number 4, you could say it's Shane Eagle, or you could say you can add Flame, right? But the big question is, how do they make it to the big 4 or the big 3? How, why do we say they the big 3, they the big 4? So I try to analyze this topic and be like, how do we get there? Like, what makes them the big 3? What makes them the big 4? Why other artists can't be in that big 3 or the big 4? Like, what happens? So I wanted to like break it down and analyze it. I might not be like correct in my analysis, but like, because some of them like have other attributes that the other artist also doesn't have, right? But they still in the big 3, they still in the big 4. Like, what happens? What are the secrets? So I try to break it down for myself and be like, the reason why they the big 3 is because of the abilities that they have that other artists don't have. and some artists have the other one that the other one don't have. So like I broke it down in the 6 simple steps, and I say the category would be lyricism, singing ability, or having a singer on the team that they have, or they are producer gods, or they have a super producer. Some have storytelling ability, some have sampling ability, and the 5th one would be genre bending ability, and some have flow mastery, And how am I gonna break it down just to show you how it happened? Like I'm gonna start from I don't quite know the Tupac, Biggie, and Nas era that well, so I'm not gonna talk about that. But the one that I kind of started studying was the Eminem, Jay-Z, and DMX era. Like for example, if you look at Eminem.
Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. 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 Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream.
Yo, so yeah, I was still saying I had to change up the scenery for a while. Yeah, so I was still explaining that like lyricism, when it comes to lyricism, Eminem is the rap god of that thing. We know he has a song called Rap God. He shows you he's the king of the lyrical miracle genre, as you can say, or category. So that's one of his strongest points. When it comes into singing ability, I don't think it's his strong point, but he was smart enough to know to put a singer on songs such as Stan, by featuring Dado. He always knows his strongest point, so he knows where to take a sit there and give that, to get somebody to help him where he's not strong. So it's either you are a producer god, or you have a super producer. He's smart enough to have Dre by his side, right? That's category number 3. When it comes to number 4, which is storytelling ability, we know that's his strongest point, right? On songs such as Mockingbird, Stan, Lose Yourself, When I'm Gone. Bro, in that category, he's number 1. That's his strongest point. Sampling ability, he always had Dre to do the sampling for him and stuff. About genre bending, I don't know. It's Eminem. I don't think it's his strongest point. Flow, come on. He's a rap god, bro. So
Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't worry.
So when it comes to Jay-Z, when we put him in those categories, come on, he's a lyricist, bro. Like some bars go over your head, bro. Like you won't get it until years later. Singing ability, that's not his strongest point, but he knows when to put his wife, Beyonce, to do that part so he can work on the other part. When it comes to production, he always had Kanye West, he always had Timbaland. You see where I'm going with this. He always had producer gods to do, or super producers to handle that, because it's not his strongest point. Storytelling, I don't know about storytelling, bro. Maybe I haven't listened to Jay-Z that much. I think it also might be his strongest point, but I don't have a specific song to say. He's good on that. Sampling ability, come on, one of his biggest songs is Hard Knock Life, bro. So he was smart enough to have a producer to do the sampling on that. He always had a super engineer, which is Guru, to handle that. Gender bending. Whoa, that's crazy, but I don't know if it's a stronger point, bro. But he once spoke about it, that, changing sounds from his first album to second album, Visible Doubt, and changing it, that made him bigger. But I don't know about that Jay-Z when it comes to genre bending songs, where he switched up to like a different genre and rap on that. Flow, come on, it's Jay-Z, bro.
Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't worry.
DMX, I'd say he's a lyricist. Singing ability, or has he always had a singer on his side on certain songs? Yeah, always had Aaliyah, So yeah, producer gods, come on, he always had Swiss Beats by his side, to handle that. Storytelling, come on, slip, fall, can't get up, bro. That's, genre bending, I don't know, but I feel like artists way before, like in the 90s and stuff, they never, like, they don't do it like artists now, like Drake, who can just do it different genre than the one that we used to. I don't think they took risk like that, but they used to sample a lot.
Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't worry.
Comes to like, let me give you example about Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole, putting them in those categories, right? Lyricists, when it comes to Drake, come on, Drake, bro. Drake has some bars, bro. When it comes to singing, come on. He's one and two. It's his strongest points: lyricism and singing ability. And sometimes, having an artist to sing the part. Bro, it's Drake, bro. He does both. Sounds like Drake featuring Drake, When it comes to producer gods or having a super producer, come on, Drake always had 40, Boy Wonder, T Minus, he always had super producers by his side, Storytelling, I don't think it's Drake's strongest point, but I think he tries, when he talks about relationships and stuff. Sampling ability, oh bro, he always had 40 doing amazing samplings on his songs, kind of created his own sound and stuff. Genre bending, come on in, he's one of the gods of being a genre bending artist, Flow mastery, come on, it's Drake. He sings, he raps, he got it on lock. So
Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't
when it
worry.
comes to Kendrick Lamar, ooh bro, come on, he's a super lyricist. Singing ability, he tries somewhere there and there. Yeah, having a singer by his side, I don't think he follows that formula that much, but I don't think he follows that formula that much. Number 3, does he have a producer god? He always had Ali and Soundwave, and Dr. Dre. So he does use that formula too. Storytelling, come on, Kendrick. Bro, Kendrick has dope storytelling songs. By far, Sampling ability. Bro, his formula is sampling. He samples a lot of songs, He samples a lot. Genre bending, I don't think it's the strongest point. I don't think it's the strongest point. Flow mastery, come on. Here's, oh bro, high power, bro. He is, he's a god of that.
Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. Mama don't worry.
When it comes to Cole, he's a super lyricist, yeah. I would say singing ability, he does sing there and there, and he knows when to add. Oh, by the way, now Kendrick does use a singer sometimes. He sometimes used the Cheney Aiko to handle that, yeah. But Cole sings sometimes. But I think when it comes to producer God or having a super producer, come on, Cole is a producer in his own right. And he does use some super producers sometimes, like Timberland, T minus, he does use that formula. Storytelling, come on, that album, bro. Oof. Yo, I mean, he's a super producer. He's the only one who could do an album with no features and that shit go #1. Cold, bro. The fuck. When it comes to storytelling, come on. Sampling abilities, a producer god. That one he uses, he samples a lot too. Genre bending. Cole doesn't genre bend a lot. No, in that one. Flow mastery, yeah, I put him on that. He has flows for days. If you're a rapper, you gotta master flow. So those are kind of like criteria that I was using for the big three, but obviously it can always change, But I was just trying to like break it down quite a bit. But on the next one, I wanna like focus on South African artists just to break down why the big three is the big three. So yeah, let me stop there. I'll continue there. Please like, subscribe on the like button. It's your boy TxxDxThxGxnius. I'm out.
Mama don't worry, I'm chasing my dream. 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 Mama don't